HarperCollins presents Meet Me at Sunset by Carol Kirkwood, read by Alix Dunmore. Prologue. When Camille Fontaine had taken the wheel of his car earlier, just as the daylight was fading, full of champagne and post-lunch bonhomie, he'd felt like he had the world at his feet. He was expecting to head back to his chalet in Switzerland to carry on his birthday celebration. It wasn't every day he turned 49, or had so much to celebrate. His fashion brand, with his wife Camille, had been the talk of the catwalk that spring. Their most recent collection had been worn by some of the most famous fashion icons around the world. André could buy whatever he wanted and go wherever suited him. He had a talented, dynamic wife and a son who was growing into a fine man, a son he adored. Life couldn't be better. Perhaps he and Camille argued more these days than they used to when they were first married, when their passionate disagreements were quickly forgotten in the heat of their equally fervent lovemaking. André knew he could be difficult, mercurial, some said, and maybe not the faithful husband he should be. It was all part of the image, the legend of the Camille-André fashion brand. Extraordinary people do extraordinary things, he would have said in return. We don't live by conventional rules. But André could neither speak nor move now. He lay shattered by the side of his treasured Ferrari sports car, and his flickering thoughts were of his only son, Lucas, who had been sitting next to him in the car, and who André could distantly perceive was still caught in his seat, trapped, possibly dead. If only André had listened to Camille. You indulge him too much, André. André's broken body and mind clung to what life was left to him in the silence of the empty mountain road. But he could feel that life slipping away, and now André was starting to drift, far above the scene. He felt detached from his body, as light as air, able to see big things and little things. The snow-covered tops of the Swiss mountains, a swift darting through the pine trees, its black and white wings flickering like quicksilver, the melting teardrops of crystal-clear icicles falling from the branch of a tree. He could also see the approach of a car, hear a voice he recognized speak to Lucas. Angry voices. Please don't let my son die. If only he'd listened. If only he could tell Camille and Lucas how much he loved them both. But it was too late for words. It was too late for anything now. Part 1. Chapter 1. Paris, June 2001. Camille Fontaine sashayed through Charles de Gaulle Airport and heads turned. She wasn't a movie star or a model, but she had a timeless French beauty, and she carried herself with an air of confidence that made people pay attention. Camille was 51 years old, but looked a decade younger. She was chic and elegant, in wide-leg linen trousers with a cream silk vest, and her makeup was light, her dark hair pulled back in a smooth chignon. Over one arm she carried a Camille handbag, made from the softest lambskin in a classic shade of olive green. The coveted bag was every wealthy woman's must-have, but the difference in this case was that Camille Fontaine owned the company and had named the bag after herself. Gate 27, so we were almost there, said René, Camille's assistant. Exceptionally tall and slim, with angular features and a sweep of blonde hair, he hurried along beside her. He was holding a briefcase full of the latest designs she was working on, which were too precious to go in the hold, and a garment bag containing a couture dress from her own label. I don't know why you didn't want to fly private. You could have gone direct. Camille shook her head. She'd spent the last few days in New York and was now jetting out to the Spanish island of Majorca to launch her latest collection, making her connecting flight in Paris. I don't mind. Besides, first class with Air France is hardly slumming it. The airport was busy. Around them, business travellers and tourists swarmed and hurried, but a path seemed to magically open up for Camille, allowing her to pass through with ease. You must be looking forward to seeing Lucas again? René commented. I am, Camille agreed, a smile crossing her face at the thought of reuniting with her.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?